You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. On brawl with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Yeah, you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. Covered in gray and scarlet, massive, stiff arms to your jaw. We breaking it. We sick of seeing you clowns with the crown. We taking it.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Mello. A little bit of a change in the game plan today. Had a cancellation on our guest that was supposed to come on. Me and Matt, we were just going to cancel the show. Then we decided everybody's already here. Let's hop on, man. Have like a 15, 20-minute conversation about what's going on. Emily, I knew it, dude. I knew. I think I've had a hat on every single show, which is weird, Mello, because I don't wear hats. Like, I'm not a hat dude, which is weird. I always have one
you
on
just
the
wanted
show.
the Ohio State show, and that's all it was. I'm a hat dude. I'm going to tell you that right now. I wear hats.
Yeah.
I collect hats.
Yeah. That really is what it is. But, no, Mello, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm cool. I thought we were going to have an interesting show, talk with the starting quarterback from Collin Hills, but it's all good. You know, I guess the parents weren't on the same page. One did one thing with the son, and the other one thought something else was going to happen. You know how it is, parenting sometimes. So
yeah, for sure.
We're going to have to reschedule that one, but we wanted to come here and have just a little bit of a show. We're going to be hopping on somewhere after this.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, what up, Cleveland Mike? I tuned into his show the other day. If y'all aren't familiar, man, go over and check him out. I believe Voice of College Football, correct? Is that right? Cleveland Mike over there. Go check him out on his shows, man. He's got some good stuff. Good people, man.
On the Best Damn Media too, which was a good show. I've been watching Cleveland Mike for a while, actually, for a couple of years now.
He did the Ice Bucket Challenge with us as well. We kind of called him out. So
salute to Cleveland Mike for that one. Homie holding it down.
So again, 15, 20, 30-minute show that's going to include the chat, man. So questions, comments, concerns, put it in the chat now. We'll bring it up, get a conversation started. In the meantime, talk about some news, man. We just got a 5-star commit in the transfer portal.
That's fire, bro. That's big time.
5-star commit, guys. I don't know if you know this or not. Grant Mills? Something?
Yeah, Mills or Miles, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's Mills.
5-star long snapper, man. 5-star long snapper.
You know how much Devin loves his special teams, man. He's obsessed with it. I don't think I've met anyone more obsessed with special teams than you. Like, honestly.
Listen, I really am stoked about it. I love it. You know what I mean? Because you think about it. Listen, nobody judged me or whatever, but the truth is, out of all the jobs on the field, this one might be, I don't even know if I should say it because
say it. Just say it.
One of the easy, not that it's easy, but compared to all the other jobs on the field, it's one of the easier ones. But I'm not sitting here saying I could go out on a field and do it or anything. I'm just saying it's one of the easier ones. But still, I love the pickup, going in there, paying close attention to special teams. Those details matter, man. You think about it, dude. Yes, Emily. I 100% agree. Like, I'm not taking away from how important it is and of a job it is. Think about it. You screw up a long snap. I mean, didn't we see it in our Indiana game this year? Didn't they screw up the long snapper or the kicker didn't catch it? Something like that. And it just completely can change a game. So still active in the transfer portal. Ryan Day going in there and picking that up. Love the pickup, man.
It's the little things, you know. That's what they always say. It's the little things.
No. I don't believe we're going to get a 3-tech D-line in the portal. You never know, though, but I don't think we are. I spent the day going back and watching highlights from Jason Moore, Tywan Malone, Will Smith Jr. from last year. because if you watch this channel, you know that I think this is getting blown out of proportion. You know, I think these are Ohio State problems where, you know, I think it's got to the point where people think we need backups so bad that if we don't get one, we're going to lose 4 or 5 games. That's just not true, man. I mean, you know, I get that if we go in and get more backups, we will be better. But I think we're a national title contender with what we have. So that's what I mean by, you know, this is an Ohio State problem here. You know what I'm saying? So
What's up, Mama
good.
D?
Yeah. What up, D?
But I want to speak on that. Originally, if you go back like a month or two ago, we talked about the outlook for next season, and Dev and myself both said that we needed more depth at DN than D line, than D tackle. And where did we get depth at? DN. So, I mean, if we really needed D tackle that bad, they would have got one. Trust me. Ohio State has the money and the NIL to do it. They had the pedigree. They have the city to do it. They're just coming off of a natty. They just sent all 4 starting D linemen to the NFL draft. They all were drafted. So, I mean, to be honest with you, if they really needed a defensive tackle, they would have got one. And, I mean, Coach Day already spoke to that. He's not just going to grab a defensive tackle to grab one. It has to be better than what's on the roster. So, obviously, the ones that were already in the transfer portal, he didn't feel that after watching film and doing a deep dive that they didn't fit the culture, or B, they weren't better than what's on the roster. So, I mean, if we didn't get a D tackle, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, Emily, love the question. Now, and again, like, this is what this show is for, man. Just because we disagree, you know, there's this thing that goes on in this YouTube world, right? Where, let's say one Ohio State show has a thought about something, and another one says they don't agree with that thought. For some reason, that causes division between people in the chat, people on the shows. They then start saying, nah, you're like, no, they're wrong. And then it starts creating this division. We're all Ohio State fans. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes let's take a step back and realize, like, yo, just because Devin doesn't think we need, doesn't mean he's a loser and an idiot. Nobody's saying that. I understand. I'm just trying to I'm exaggerating to make a point here. We're still rooting for the same team. And Emily, just to answer from my perspective, and I'm taking the more positive route here. Why does Day consistently talk about it? Because he's consistently asked about it. I mean, he doesn't bring it up on his own. He's asked about it. Last press conference, for example, he got asked, you know, are we going to go get, you know, depth on the D line in the portal, D tackle position? And he said, yeah, we're looking, but Mello just explained it, but we're not going to go out and just get somebody to get somebody. Now, in the same sense, he says little things like the O-line looked really good, but you ask yourself, what would they look like if Ty Hamilton and Tyleik Williams were in there? So there's both sides of this, but people take Day's answer. Yes, we're looking for D tackles in the portal, but we're not going to get one just to get one. And there's 2 ways you can go with that. You can take that and say, oh my gosh, we really need help at defensive tackle. Ryan Day is very concerned about it. Or you can look at it and say, yeah, any football team's always going to upgrade their roster if they have the opportunity to do it. So that's, you know, that's what I'm saying here. Now, do I think they could have used help for defensive tackle depth? 100%. But 2 things can be true here. You can need help at defensive, you know, tackle depth, but you might not need help that bad. It does. Just because you need help doesn't mean your season's going to be ruined if you don't get the help. Just might means that some guys are going to have to step up. And now, as an Ohio State fan, you're going to have to make the decision. Are you going to have faith that Larry Johnson and these guys and the depth pieces, are you going to have faith that they're going to step up, or you're not going to have faith?
Yeah, exactly.
That's just what it is.
Either you believe in the players and you believe in our coaching staff, or you don't. I believe in both. So right now we have 5 months before the first game. So I mean that you could make a lot of growth and improvement in that 5 month. So maybe they see they don't see that much of a separation. They're like, we're just going to grind it out, and they're going to grind it out and get better and improve. And maybe, you never know. Coaches sometimes talk to the media just to send a message to their players. You never know what's going on. So, I mean, all we're saying is when Coach Day sees a problem, he goes out and he fixes it no matter what. So, I mean, by him not going and grabbing somebody, I don't know if he thinks it's as big of a problem as we all think. He says that about even quarterbacks and depth. Even when C.J. Stroud was here and Justin Fields, like they need to get better. That's just what coaches are always gonna do, because they want to strive for the best, and they're always paranoid that somebody might be doing something better than them.
It's always funny how the media and even us, even me, sometimes we pick and choose what we want to believe that Day says is the truth. You know what I mean? They will say something one day, and then we'll say, well, he's just saying that. That's just coach talk. And then he'll say something the next day, and we'll take it, oh, yeah, he's speaking the truth here. We definitely need help at defensive tackle. We're going to be screwed. You know, it's just so this game is so wild. I love it. Obviously, we got a YouTube show. We talk about it every day. But, you know, I love it. Emily, you're right. It's all a guess on our end. Us fans, we're not sitting here watching these practices.
Nope.
Literally. So, yeah, we have game film. Yeah, we see the results from last year. But the truth is, people can change. Players get better. They can.
Or they can get worse if they get lazy.
Or they get worse.
There's not too many lazy players on the Buckeyes. Otherwise, they're not here. They're asked to hit the portal.
The fans that think that I am wrong in my assumption and that we are desperate for defensive tackle depth could be right. We could go into the season and it absolutely be miserable and we lose a bunch of games because we did not have defensive tackle. You could be right. Or I could be right in thinking that we're going to be fine. Yes, it's going to cause some struggle. But here's another reason why I think we're going to be fine. Matt Patricia, man, and Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese and
Caleb Downs.
Yeah. We got some dogs, man. As B. Moses would say, we got some monsters on the roster. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just, you just pick a side and you do it. But just because you have a debate between, you know, you could use it as an example. Oh, yeah, this is going to be fiery. You know, you can think what you want about the presidential race, but in the end, we're all Americans. We all live in this country. So think about that before you think about, that was a bad example, right, Mel?
That was a terrible example.
You don't ever use that.
With this? That is nothing like this.
But you guys get my point, man. We're all High State fans. We're rooting for the same team. You know what I mean? And
I for your health, not just Emily, for anybody out there, for your mental sanity, we're coming off a natty. So just stay and believe in it. You know, there's no need to stress because stress isn't going to change the situation anyway.
Yeah.
He said, wow.
Kenny for the first time.
That is so true. That's a great analogy.
Y'all gonna make me put a hat on, dude. I'm about to get. Nah, I'm just joking. Cleveland Mike said, Dev, the real question is, do people think the D-line depth now is worse than 2022? I think the depth is way better, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm honest on this channel. I have never paid as close attention to Ohio State than I have the past couple years. Back in 2022, I did not pay attention to the level to remember who the depth was that we had in 2022. Now, most people aren't going to admit that and play it off and act like they know who it all is. So remind me, who were our starters and who was our depth?
Jean-Baptiste, who transferred to Notre Dame, was a defensive.
It killed the game in Notre Dame. I remember that. Played very well over there.
But he wasn't better than Caden Curry or KJ. Who else did we have? Was Jack Sawyer, was he starting? I don't know. They were rotating a little bit more at the DN spot.
Who was our D tackle depth?
Was it Haskell Garrett? I think Haskell Garrett.
In 22?
Yo, yeah, pull up the roster from 22 real quick. Oh, yeah, Jerron Cage. He's talking about just D tackle. I was just talking about across the line. So you had Vincent, Jerron Cage, and they were starting, and neither one of them are in the league as far as I know. I think our 3 deep is better than those two. In terms of Tywan Malone, Jarquez Carter, Will Smith, Jason Moore, Edric Houston, K-Mac.
So we had Michael Hall Jr.
Monster.
Yep. And that was JT Tuimoloau was a junior that year as well. We had Tyler Friday. I have no idea who that is. We had Zach Cesario. Don't know who that is. Ty Hamilton. Bryce Prater. Zach Prater.
Cleveland Mike just killed it.
Did he? So I'm wasting my time? What'd he say?
Yeah, Cleveland Mike is right, man. 22's depth is nowhere near this team on defense anywhere.
Yeah, 22 had better.
We're better at every single position on defense on this upcoming season than we were in 22, and we should have beat Georgia and won a natty.
Yeah. Well, let me put it to you like this. I mean, we needed depth at defensive end, and Ohio State went and got 2. So are we honestly sitting here saying that the Ohio State, if they really wanted depth at defensive tackle, you don't think we would have went and got it? I'm just not buying it.
Right.
I know there's 2 ways to look at it. I'm just not buying it. I think that a lot of these D tackles we saw in the portal, the coaching staff believes that the depth is just as good as they were. You know, I don't know how else to say it. Now, there might have been a couple, like the one from Syracuse, that, hey, man, we're not paying $1 million for him. You're going to upset the culture in the room. That's the other part of this. You might have saw some defensive tackles in the portal, but to find any players in the portal that is Ohio State worthy, from skill down to culture, down to the people around you, okay, your support group. Just because you work as a player, if you got your support group around you that just doesn't jive with Ryan Day and the culture at Ohio State, I believe that affects whether you will come to Ohio State. The culture. Ryan Day said it in his interview today. His job is to care for and make these men better men. It is not to win a national title. That's not the first thing on his mind. So he won this year. He doesn't think he's reached it. He hit his goal. He's done. His goal is never done, because the first thing on his mind is making these guys better players. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I wish we would have got some help at defensive tackle. I do. But I'm cool with the depth. Mainly, you don't got an option. Get cool with it. It is what it is. I mean, get cool with it.
That part. And honestly, you guys shouldn't want anybody that's not a cultural fit. I don't care how good they are. Look at Bear Alexander. He came in as I think he was top 3 defensive tackle in his class. Started at UGA, left, went to USC, didn't do anything there. Was flirting with Penn State with a big UGA tattoo on him, didn't go there. Went to Oregon. I saw him in the spring game. He looked decent, but he's not something to write home about. I mean, and think about what he's doing to all those places. Look at the culture at UGA. Do you want Ohio State to turn into that? I don't. Even if it means we might lose a game or 2, I'd rather do that than mess this culture up. Because the number one thing and the number one reason this team even won is because of the culture. Because they have that resiliency. They have that brotherhood and that bond that makes them a fist. If you get the wrong culture, it's going to start splintering like this, and then we're going to see us lose more than 3 games for the first time since 2011.
Hey, everybody in the chat, let me ask you a question. The defensive tackle from Oklahoma State, who watched the film? If you watched his film, type yes. And then for those of you that type yes, do you think he would be an upgrade over the depth that we have already?
Let's talk starters, because I think you're talking about Stone. Because if you're bringing him in, you got to say,
no, I'm not. No, I said Oklahoma State.
Oh, okay.
Justin Kirkland, the grad transfer, 340.
Yeah.
Robert just brought him up too. I mean, Ohio State is interested in looking into it. I think he's BYU is where he is going to end up going. I mean, that's what the Oklahoma State boards are saying, and everybody just kind of expects that. But he's not an upgrade over any of our starters, in my opinion.
No.
And to be honest with you, you got a lot more film to watch on him. Again, some of these backup players that get in, you know, you got a small, like, let me just tell you that, go back and watch the times that Julian Sain got in the games last year. And just based off of that, give me your opinion on whether you think he's going to be a good starter this year. I'll tell you, you go watch his film from when he came into the games, different position, you know, quarterback, you got to be into the groove, coming off the bench in third quarter, all that stuff. But the truth is, at every position in football, you need to be able to get in, earn that experience, and think about it this year. Last year, Tywan Malone, Jason Moore, they were all in the 3 deep. How many goes with the 1s and 2s do you think they got last year in practice? Not much. That's the answer. This year, they're the backs up. They're being put in that position to either A, step up and become actual depth pieces, or B, this is the first time in their career that they've been in this position, and it can change you as a player. We've seen defensive tackles that nobody ever thought would do anything in their 4th or 5th year, whatever. They show up and end up becoming a dude. We've seen players start out of position in the first 3 games. Everybody's calling for their head. Sonny Styles. And then by the end of the year, we're talking about he's going to be the best linebacker in the nation next year. So it can go all over the place, man. I mean, you know, you can't go look at film last year from Jason Moore and Tywan Malone and just assume that it's going to be the same result as it's always been. You can't. You can have an opinion. You can guess. But, you know, so everybody, the highlight of this freaking chat is Devin's hair. I tell you what, you know, look at this. Look at this hairline, man. You know what's funny is my dad's like almost whatever, like 60 maybe. Dad, you 60 if you watch this? And he has the same hairline as me still. Like, I've had this hairline since I was like 10 years old. Yeah, I call it the ski slope. You know what I mean? It comes all the way down like that. Yeah, I rocked when I was like 20 or 21, I got into like cage fighting and boxing and stuff. Like, I was obsessed with it. Did jiu-jitsu training, kickboxing training, all that stuff. I had the Chuck Liddell mohawk, man.
Are you serious? I need pictures, bro.
Yeah,
I
Chuck
feel
was
like
my
I've seen
dude,
a picture
bro.
of you like that.
I loved Chuck, man. I was obsessed with Chuck. I wanted to be Chuck Liddell, literally, dude.
Yeah, he was a beast. So I want to ask something right now. I'll chat. I want you guys in on this. Do we or do we not land Kaden Dixon Wyatt on May the 4th? That is the question. Is he going to come here with Chris Henry Jr. and go ahead and say, all right, I saw Mac as wide receiver 2 his whole career, go and become a top 20 draft pick? Is Kaden Dixon Wyatt going to commit on Sunday to the Ohio State University? We got Buckeyes Forever says no. Stilly Matt, yes. Tyler, yes. Russ, yes. M says yes. Yo, Troy, chill, Troy. Did you see that? Mika, yes.
Yeah, his hairline just got
Mika
signed
says
as a
yes.
DT.
That's it. Cleveland Mike, JJ already put his stamp on it. My guy, Coach Dirt, already said it.
All right.
Address that. Hold up. Let me pull this up. We gotta let Devin answer this. Go ahead, bro.
All right.
We're talking about this
things
behind the scenes, by the way. That's why
a couple things, man. That was my initial thought too, Cleveland Mike. You know, like, honestly, I was 50-50 on Kaden Dixon Wyatt. Then I watched the JJ tweet come out, and I'm like, yes, he's a Buckeye. Truth is, JJ did this last year with it was either Jamie French or Vernell Brown. He did the same thing, put the same thing. I think it's a little bit of a troll move, you know, and also little. Coach Dirt. I know everybody assumes that he knows. He doesn't. But I'll tell you what I do.
Tell him what you do know. It doesn't matter. We sourced up now.
Yeah. So what I do know is that Oregon and USC are offering a lot more amount of money than we are. They are offering Kaden Dixon Wyatt #1 wide receiver money. which they pay. You know, they pay people way more than Ohio State does. Even our wide receiver one compared to their wide receiver one, as far as what we pay in nil by the school and our foundation is less. Now, J.J. Smith is making more than any wide receiver in the country because the city of Columbus, you have so many opportunities. Okay, so a lot of players at Ohio State are making just as much money as Oregon players because, you know, let's say they sign a $500,000 nil deal at Ohio State. While they're going there, when they get on the field and become a starter and start killing the game, companies in Columbus come to them. And while the foundation remains paying them $500,000 or whatever, all these other companies and their agents get them another $500,000 and they'd be paying $1 million, which is the same that Oregon players are making. Ohio State players just earned it on the field. But it comes down to, is this going to be a money grab or not a money grab? There's no other way around it. Ohio State is confident. Ohio State, you know, I got one source saying 50-50 and another source saying dude's a Buckeye. So I like our chances. And especially that the draft just happened and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he set a commitment date. So there's a lot of things pointing in the right direction here, but that's what it comes down to. And then the other thing you got to think of is, okay, we sign him now. Are we going to hold on to him? So I'm not sure if we would because, you know, Oregon and especially USC are desperate. USC wants to keep the dude home bad. I would almost say that they're willing to pay more than Oregon is at this point in time for him. So that's what it comes down to. It's nothing else. If Ohio State offered the same amount of money, the dude's a Buckeye. I mean, he wants to be a Buckeye, but, you know, we can all sit here and act like we would do this or we would do that if he was in his position. But when you're that young, you don't know his family situation. You don't know what's going on. This is life-changing money for some of these kids. So it's a tough situation to be in, but we'll see, man. I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the class. Just to prove to you that Con 3 is Con 3, I believe they have him as a 3-star. Okay? So Con 3 is saying that they know more about wide receivers than Brian Hartline is essentially what they're trying to say. I don't know that you need to know anything else. So there we go. That's that.
Yes, sir. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Either he's going to choose the money or he's going to choose development. What do I feel in my heart? I feel like he's going to choose development. But at the same time, I know Oregon's at least throwing twice the amount from what I've been hearing.
Mika, I'm going to get you back for this crap.
Hold on. I got to tell the story, Dev. Everybody at the Rose Bowl thought he was Ryan Day's son. They're like, you look like Ryan Day, but a better version. And I'm just sitting here, and none of these people knew each other. It was just random spots where we were walking or sitting. Everybody was calling him Ryan Day Jr. I was like, what is going on? This is crazy.
You remember that girl in front of us with her boyfriend?
Oh, you want me to tell that story? I wasn't going to tell that story. I don't want Angie to get mad. Even though you didn't do anything.
She already knows.
You told her? All right. So we're sitting there, and there was like 4 young girls, freshly probably just graduated from Ohio State, all with their boyfriends. One was engaged. They all turned around, looked at Dev, and was like, man, you look like Ryan Day. And, of course, they were drinking a little bit. And then Devin was talking to somebody. He wasn't even looking. The girl turns to me and was like, and that's a good thing. And I was like, her fiance literally looks at me. And I'm like, what you looking at me for? I didn't say anything. I'm not Devin. That's a true story.
Hilarious stuff, man. I'll tell you this, Kaden Dixon Wyatt, if we don't get him, I know one thing, we're going to be okay.
Oh, yeah, we got the kid from Hampton, New York. I forget his name. Mika, drop it in the chat, guru.
Jalen Lott is another one. Messiah Hampton is probably the one she's talking about, but Jalen Lott is we're way more in on him. He's a top 100 guy as well. I think he's a top 50 receiver, but we are in on him as well. Are we out on Jackson Cantwell? Yes, but I'm sure nobody else is going to tell you that, but yeah. We're not getting.
We were always out on him, to be honest with you. We were never in.
Yeah,
but I want to bring this up. That he stuffed Team Up North in the locker because they thought they were going to be a finalist, and he put us instead of them. So that was cool.
they also thought that, right after we interviewed Darius Gray, you got EJ Holland over there.
Yep.
The very next day, posting videos of Darius Gray talking about scum and it. Oh man, I was just laughing. I mean,
It was super hilarious.
I don't know if you guys watched the Darius Gray interview. Did you hear him mention them at all?
I could tell you right now with 100% confidence, they won't be on this final list.
No,
they're not even in it.
No, they're not, man. This is affecting recruits, man. All this stuff that they're in, big time, as if they can't even pay people to come there at this point in time. You're going to get a couple. They're probably going to get a decent recruiting class, top 15, might even crack the top 10 because they're just going to pay an astronomical amount. But I mean, a lot of these kids ain't going there. I mean, they just put out a thing about how they're in on this, one of the top cornerbacks in the nation. And he's sitting here liking and commenting on all the Buckeye Scoop stuff about the trouble Scum's in. I'm just like, you guys are just so in la land about all this. It's just arrogance and everything. It just cracks me up.
For
man.
sure.
It's
for
so
sure.
funny.
And I'm like, man, do you guys actually watch the recruits? Even in Darius Gray's little thing at Michigan, you could tell he wasn't even happy to be there. He was just there.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to have to hop off here, but before then, if you guys haven't
I'm going with you.
If you guys, you're coming over too?
Hell, I mean, yes. Send me the link. Let them know where we're going.
Well,
That's an interesting back scratcher. Hold up, we're not going to just skim over that.
I don't know what Kirk's playing. I don't know what Kirk's doing. So I'll have to. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, for sure. But we're going over Buckeye Scoop. We're going to be on with Scoop tonight. We're heading over there. We're going to do a show every Monday and Thursday at 6. Me and Mello are so stepping up, man. I love it. I'm just thrilled to be a part of them. And just real fast, I know there's a lot of negative things out there about Buckeye Scoop, but all bias aside, all friendships aside, all everything aside, number one, they legit have a lot of information on their board, more than any other board, and it is correct information. Number two, go watch their YouTube videos. They don't talk bad about any players, any coaches, anything. I mean, we do sometimes, and they don't. They just don't do it, man. It's just a good atmosphere. They help veterans. They give people free. It's just we can.
Everything you hear, that's what we're trying to tell you, because there's people that have personal issues that are so petty. If you knew the truth behind it, you probably wouldn't even talk to them anymore. That's how ridiculous it is.
Just do me a favor. Go try for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't base your opinion off of what everybody else is saying, man. Like I'm being dead serious. It's just, don't take my word for it. Just go watch one of their videos and tell me what is so negative and bad and horrible about it. It's nothing. It's a good community, good guys. They help so many. Kirk and Nevada and Funky and B Moses, dude. Give them a call. If you got their number, give them a call and tell me if they're bad people. They'll drop what they're doing and help you right now. I'm serious. They just will. You can't fake that, man. The Bible says to judge people by the fruit. The fruit and the words that they speak, not what they did or what somebody said they did, or people make mistakes. So enough of that.
But they will, hold up. We weren't 100%. They will talk trash about Team Up North. And I mean, why wouldn't you? They had the largest cheating scandal in the history of college sports.
That they will do. Also, some exciting news. We're about to get a new little upgrade on our intro video as well. So shout out B Moses hooking us up. He's going to help us get that done as well. Just to clarify, we're still going to be doing our shows on our channel, like our normal Tuesday and Wednesday night shows, our Sunday show. It's all still going to be here. A lot of our interviews will be here as well. But, when we ask a recruit or a parent or whoever, if they want to do an interview, we just essentially ask them what day is good for them. If they happen to say Monday or Thursday, the interview will be on Scoop. If they say Tuesday or Wednesday, it's going to be on here. So it's just an opportunity for us to build our brand a little bit, to take us up to the next level and be a part of something way bigger than ourselves. And that's what we want. And we're just riding, we're just doing wherever God leads us. If God leads us to stay with Scoop and get rid of Buckeye Boys, that's what it is, man. We don't know. We do this for fun. It's awesome. It's amazing. So it's been an amazing opportunity.
And shout out to Kirk in Nevada, because they didn't have to do this for us at all. And so, I appreciate them.
Yeah. Yes. We are still we are still on our own channel. So the only thing is Monday. We don't even do a show Thursday. So me and Mello are doing a show on Buckeye Scoop Thursday at 6. And our Monday show will now be on Buckeye Scoop. But yes, we'll be doing all shows on our channel still and everything. It's just 2 days a week. We'll be doing shows on their channel. They have a lot more subs. I mean, they're the biggest Buckeye show ever. So they're doing it to help us out, right? Yeah. So we're going to be on there still mentioning the Buckeye Boys, and people will see our faces on Monday and being like, oh, I like their content. Let me go check their channel out on Buckeye Boys. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for a more selfless thing for Buckeye Scoop to do and help us out. It's just, it's good. It's a good opportunity, man. But I'm going to hop off here. Mello, you can keep chatting it up. Oh, no, never mind. We got to go.
Yeah.
So go check out the Ryan Day interview with Josh Pate. Very, very good. It got a different swag about it. Yeah, Big Daddy Dallas. I could never, to be honest with you, I know I said I don't think Buckeye Boys is never going anywhere.
Nope.
It's never going to go anywhere. So
if anything, we would just be, I guess, like
partners.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we go on the flow, man. We like to have fun, have a good time, spread positivity. Talk about the Lord, man. Talk about football. This is just another opportunity to grow.
That's what God. Dad not wearing a hat, the usual.
Yeah, I'm going to. No, I don't dye my beard, by the way, Mika. I never answered you. I'm 34, man.
How old are you?
I got a couple. I think I'm 34, 35, something like that. But I got a couple whites in there. Seriously, I do. You can't really see them, and a couple here.
Hey, what other interview are you talking about? The one he did with that kid? Are you talking about Coach Day that dropped this morning? Dad, were you born in 1990? Cleveland Mike wants to know.
91.
1991. Oh, the one with Reese. That was a good one too. Yep.
Hey, Chad, how old do I look? And then how old does Mello look? Mello, take your hat off, dude.
I ain't taking my hat off. I didn't pick it. I didn't pick it, bro. I'll take it off tomorrow. I didn't pick it. There's no way. Nope. Ain't having it. I'm on my Chris Drew. If you can't get Chris Drew to take his hat off, I'm not taking mine off.
Oh, shoot. Oh, Mika, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you. Lisa, whatever, Lisa.
Oh, for real, Cleveland Mike? That's how you feel? With the jokes? No, but that was a great one. Go watch that one as well. Coach Day was on game day today with Reese, and was that Pete Thamel? It was a really good interview. I love Day, man. I'm so glad he won the Natty. He deserves that. Like, honestly, we deserve it as well as fans, but like, he truly deserves it. Everything he's been through.
Yeah. No, he does for sure. But
whoa, look at that! I'll take that.
Mello 30, Dev 35.
I will take that. No, I'm much older than that.
Hey, where does comment go? That's weird, man.
Lisa's
I didn't
right.
see
I'm
that
turning
anywhere.
40 May 22nd.
Hold on. What did Win Stars Align just say? I didn't read that. What did he say?
Hold up. You didn't see that? I thought you was reading that. Hold on.
No, I don't see it.
I got it back up there. That was
yeah. Where is it? I don't know where it went, man. It must be.
I'm about to find it. I'm not cared.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it got deleted or something. That's kind of weird. Anyway.
Oh, you deleted it. For real, Troy?
All right, I gotta get off here, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. Love this. It's a blessing to be on here with y'all every night for real, man. God is absolutely amazing. It's just kind of wild, man. 5 years ago, I was addicted to heroin, and Jesus radically changed my life. Legit. He still heals the blind, if you're wondering. So appreciate
Absolutely.
y'all. God bless y'all. We love y'all. On that note, go Buckeyes. OH.
I-O.